Belgian marbles, should they be returned to Greece? Please welcome Senator Petris.
At any rate, I'm happy to be here, and I'm pleased and proud to see you here. The subject is one of great interest to me. I think all of us of Greek descent, the Belgian marbles, except for the name. I use that because that's the title. That's not what they should be called. They should be called the Parthenon marbles. But you know, I ask myself, how many people go to Egypt to see the pyramids every year? You don't pick those up and move them away, so what do? They go see the pyramids. So they should go to Greece to see the marbles instead of having to go to London or any other place. So that's the beginning of my current campaign, which I renew every year, to have the marbles returned to Greece. Someday, hopefully in my lifetime, we might see those marbles go home. Wouldn't that be great? Some people have said, well, what are you going to do? Put them back up there in the Parthenon? You can't see them, they're too high. Well, what do the British do? They got them in a museum, very nicely housed, at eye level, and you walk around and see them all. We could do the same thing in Greece. You know, they don't have to go back up there. So that's food for thought. And to go back to the beginning, not the beginning of the marble, because I think we all know the story of the great works of Petris and the architects Petris and Petris, who designed and built the temple, and Petris, who built the sculptures. Petris, one of the great sculptors of all time, any place, not just Greece. And he is revered to this day by people who know sculpture and know architecture. He's one that we need to be proud of and keep his memory alive and pass it on to our coming generations. The Parthenon was completed in 432. I believe it started in 438. It was built remarkably fast, considering how big it is, how they had the whole marble from nearby mountain and so forth. And it remained in use as a temple of Athena for 1,000 years, close to 1,000 years. Sometime in the 5th century A.D., the building was converted into a church, obviously an Orthodox church, and it remained intact for more than 1,000 years. Now, it's interesting that I talked to some archaeologists, and there's a disagreement among them as to what would be the best course now. I always thought, why leave it sit there as a wreck? Why not repair it? There's stones all around that could fit right in, of marble. You know, they never were carted away. Why not put them back up and restore it the way it was originally? And there's one school of thought that thinks that's a good idea. But there's another school of thought that thinks very strongly that we shouldn't touch it. We should leave it the way we have learned it to be over a period of many years, and it wouldn't be a good idea to do any reconstruction. I don't know, maybe we can take a poll here and see what folks here think, and send it back to the authorities, urge others to do the same, and see what happens. What do you mean with it? Now, what's all this have to do with the marbles? Well, we need to repeat history of what the role of the Greeks was in saving Europe as a talking point and a reminder that the least they can do is give us back our marbles. Right?
Right.
Okay. Personal note, my brother and I were privileged to go to Greece in 1946 as part of an Allied mission for observing the first free elections after the occupation. And our first cousin introduced us to a professor who took us on our first tour of the Acropolis. And I'll never forget, he got up there, he was an expert in that field, archaeologist, and he was so overcome with emotion. He says, "Gina σας πω, παιδιά, κάθε πέτρα φωνάζει."
What can I say to you? Every stone screams at me.
I never forgot.